So we're not able to meet last time, no? Because we had activity. Now, let's continue with our orientation, no, as we wait for the others. So I have listed here final requirements, no, for this subject. So I'm still finalizing the syllabus because I really have to plan it well para mas maging smooth yung ating semester. Okay? So now I'm thinking of grouping the chapters into 4 parts. Okay? 4 parts. Kasi in my previous syllabus, now the one I used last year, I listed there about, if I'm not mistaken, 10 chapters, if I'm not mistaken. So what I am thinking is to group them into certain themes and provide you links so you can access these links as you do your asynchronous activities and independent learning. So I'm thinking if we can do these things, okay? And then I ask you to also think of a suggestion which you can add to the subject as a requirement. So this is going to be, the requirements that will come across the different. Meaning, I'm gonna inform you about the activities, the projects, at the start of the semester, maybe as I finalize the syllabus, and then for you to work on it the entire semester. And then I'll just give you some due dates for you to pass your or due dates, when to pass your projects and or activities. Okay, so I have thought of requiring you to do a photojournal of basically what is in the community, well, in your place, for instance, even at your house, ways by which environment can, is promoted or is somehow protected. Say, for example, if you already do some sort of segregation of waste, yeah, so you can do a photojournaling, meaning you take photos and then you write captions. Okay, it's going to be like that. It doesn't have to be like essays or very lengthy paperwork. Okay, so kasi syempre from theories, we'll go to the practical approach, in this subject, for which I hope you can apply what you will learn from this subject to your daily lives. Okay, so now for the start, I want you to somehow parang examine your environment, and then take a picture of whatever initiative, probably your barangay or your barangay or your town has put for the community, or even your own initiative. Say for instance, sabi ko nga yung waste segregation, you can take a picture of it and then make a caption of it. And or your garden, yan, or anything that you created out of recycled materials, no, you can feature those, no, for a start, and then from there, okay, from there, uh, you will conceptualize an eco project which you do yourself. Okay, say for instance you want to do vegetable garden. Kasi this one ano this should be done at the very outset of this semester, right? So by the time that I check it probably twice within the semester, I can readily see some, I can notice some developments or improvements, right? Or other things, no, which you can think of. Pwede naman kayong, pwede yung gawin yung mga ganon. Okay? And then, with a photo journal, you can do vlogging. Pwede rin. Kung may mga vloggers na sa inyo, you can feature this topic on environment. Okay? You can also take pictures of environmental problems or issues that you encounter, no, in your immediate environment, no. Say yung mga nagsusunog ng basura sa kapitbahay, no, pero you have to be careful, no. It's not meant to start a fight, no, between you and your neighbor. Basta and you're not supposed to publicize it or post it in the Facebook or in your own Facebook wall. You just have to make it parang sa isang word, ilagay nyo doon yung picture and then yung caption of the picture, so you can take as many pictures as you can. Okay, if it's about ornamental plants, no, that make you feel good every now and then, that would be it. Or animals, no, that you see around you, and pwede rin. Okay, so you can do photojournaling or vlogging. Don't worry, I'm gonna, for those who would like, for those who have plans to start their vlogging, I have actually asked one of my students who's now a vlogger to do how to vlog. Yeah, how to vlog on YouTube. So I'm gonna put the link in the FB group that I'm going to create for you for your reference. Okay, para sino ba dito yung mga vloggers na? I know. Could you please write in the chat box yes or no? Yung mga may experience na in vlogging. Ikaw, Aldrin? Is that supposed to mean yes? Sino na yung mga nag-vlog dito? Okay. So that's good, no? And then, ang gagawin natin, ako gusto ko rin eh. I mean, I'm thinking of maybe if I'm not busy anymore, no, I can create my own vlog then. And I really have to think of the content and the name, you know, kasi it's not just about a particular topic. No, kasi I love gardening. I really love gardening. I'm a pet lover. I love cooking. So those things, no, at least. And maybe I can vlog about teaching. No? So these are things na, and then we visit each other's vlog, no. Pero it's not required, no, to kumbaga that's just an alternative option. If you don't want photojournal, then you can do vlogging. Okay? Ayan. So sa start yun, no, parang titingnan mo muna ano ba yung what's the problem in the community or sa bahay ninyo. Do you practice this and that? Ganyan. may compost pit ba, yung mga ganon. And then, from there, kasi hindi lang naman ito one-time project, ayan yung, kumbaga, kaya nga journal, may mga ilalog kayo ng mga events din, no? Diyan sa journal na yan. And mostly, mga environmental issues, concerns, and the eco project, for instance, no, you can document, no? In other words, you're going to document these things. No? Now, aside from this, I'm thinking of an eco project as your final output, no, for this subject. It could be a vegetable garden, herbal garden. Could be about proper waste segregation. It could be a community drive. Now, if you want to lead, for instance, the community to observe waste segregation, ganyan. It's like in our community, the town is quite active, no, in putting up projects on proper waste segregation, anti-burning, yung mga ganon. You can feature those sa communities ninyo. Okay? Pwede rin about hydroponics. No? If you know how to do hydroponics, pwede rin. Okay, urban gardening, mga ganon. Okay, so that's going to be your final output, no, in this subject. Now, another major requirement here, because I'm just thinking of about 4. One requirement per unit. So there will be 4 units lang in our so 4 lang talaga. 4 lang talaga yung i-require ko sa inyo. And then the other one is TikTok. Not TikTok. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the one I organized last year. Are you? Nakapanood ba kayo ng TikTok last year? Not the TikTok that you do on FB or TikTok, meaning transformative and informative knowledge talk. So I organized that, and I invited speakers to give professional lectures on several topics concerning education in the country. So I invited mga outside, mga external speakers, and also our local speakers, their teachers. Now the challenge is to make the students as facilitators of this kind of activity. Now, in all the subjects that I handle this semester, nilagay ko yung TikTok para minsanan. Don't worry, you'll not be the speaker. You'll just facilitate. You'll just organize. Okay? So if you know someone, a person or two, who can give us professional lectures on environmental issues, concerns, say if you know someone from the Department of Environment and Natural Resources or ESWM in your respective towns, and if they're willing to give us free lecture, kasi this is just for academic purpose, then we can invite them. Okay, so start looking for a speaker, not even just one speaker, kasi you will be joined by the other section then, and another class with different subject. So gusto ko pag-iisahin na lang lahat ng yan. Okay? This one is not a one-time webinar. It's going to to be held within the semester, different dates, maybe an hour per webinar. So depending on the schedules, okay? Yeah. So far yun yung mga ilalagay ko na requirements ninyo sa eco-literacy. And of course, aside from that, yung mga readings, I'll be sending you different, research articles on environmental issues meron tayo about medicinal plants, mangroves, volcanic eruption. I'll try to look for a research on COVID, kung meron na, no? That is somehow connected to environment. Yeah, because it's part of eco-literacy, what's going on in our environment. So to contextualize the educational experiences, you really have to start from your place, from your space. Okay. So if you can even, if, for instance, if you initiate and then can transform the community into a community of what? Environment friendly people, that somehow you have influenced them to change their ways. That's without even looking at the report. Once na ma-accomplish yun, I can already give you a very high grade for that. So in other words, yun nga, that's the practical side of our subject. Okay? So meron ba kayong tanong? Now we're still preparing all these things, pero maybe I can already send you ones that I have already created, the official Facebook group where I will where I will post all the links to the readings or reading materials. I'll send you the first set of articles. Okay. Do you have anything in mind before we finish our? And then, di ba sabi ko, I told you to inform me if, say for instance, yung mga requirements nyo, in other subjects are somehow similar to mine. So we can talk about probably streamlining these requirements, and reduce the quantity to much plausible number of requirements for you. Okay, anyone who would like to speak, you may turn on your microphone. Or is there any concern or problem or question? Actually, the first article I'm going to send you has something to do with defining eco-literacy. That's the first part, Introduction to Eco-Literacy. And you'll find the difference between among environmental literacy, ecological literacy, and eco-literacy. Most of the time, they're used interchangeably, but actually they have different meanings then. May mga iba-iba din sila mga meanings. So, we'll see the difference, Kasi from the term, I don't know if you have your literacy as a subject. But by just defining what literacy is, it's more than the ability to read and write. Well, that's an archaic definition of literacy. Literacy is much different now. Not just the ability to read and write. Okay. Oh yeah. So do you have anything you wanna ask? Just like what I told you, I just remember last year, before the pandemic, before the quarantine was issued, that community quarantine was issued or was imposed. I had required my students to do gardening. That's why some of them were very, kasi ang daming nawala ng trabaho. So yung mga tinanim nilang mga gulay nakatulong sa kanila to get by for several days. Alam nyo? And I think that's something that we should incorporate in the new normal, as they say. Kasi ang natin, we're so much dependent on ano kasi, the capitalist economy that we have. Kaya, pag konti ang supply, marami ang demand, at ang presyo, we're so much affected, right? Pero if we have plants sa backyard, we have vegetables, so we don't have to buy all this sa market. So at least, meron ka for household consumption, right? At napakadali rin lang naman magtanim, no, ng mga gulay na ito. Kaya I think if you want to eat, you should learn how to plant your own food, right? Sino ba dito yung mga into gardening? Ako ay ma-plantaholic na I don't call myself plantito, no? Kasi ano lang yan, parang nasa bandwagon of these people turned into gardeners just this pandemic. Ako, I have always been a plant lover. Even prior pandemic, mahilig na ako sa gardening, sa mga halaman, fruit-bearing trees, vegetables, ornaments, mga ornamental plants. Ayun. So, somehow, I read how to take care of these plants, no? Kasi they have different needs. Sunlight, humidity, the type of soil, no? The way you water them, no? The water requirement, all of those. Na pag-aaralan naman. Okay, and I think if you say naman, you don't have enough space for that. No, we have what we call urban gardening. Actually, if you're familiar with hydroponics, you can plant your own vegetables, no? Just kahit nga ano lang siya, kahit a square meter of space. Or kung hindi man, you can do vertical gardening. Isasabit niyo yung mga itatanim yung petchay, ganyan. Right? Ganon dapat. Kasi once that, diba, probably you've heard the news about our economy, the status of our economy, that is comparable to what we had just after the World War II. Ganon po kabagsak ang ekonomiya natin. At maraming mga tao ang nawalan ng trabaho. That's the very reason. Maraming tao nawalan ng trabaho dahil maraming mga nagsara. Maraming mga because of the lockdown, because of this pandemic, generally. So, napakababa ng sumadsad ang ating ekonomiya. Pero I think 2021 is a better year, a lot better than 2020. No? But it doesn't mean na magiging kampante ulit tayo na ayoko na magtanim, no, kasi magkakaroon ulit kami ng trabaho or something like that. No, you really have to embody, you really have to parang make it a part of your daily lives, no? Na instead na bumili ka, manguha ka na lang dyan sa gilid. No? Hindi sa, tanim ng kapitbahay ninyo. Teacher, kapitbahay din how to plant. Para hindi sila nasasanay sa hingi-hingi. So, yun. So, basically, maraming mga bagay na pwede niyong gawin. Basta just something to do with literacy, eco-literacy. Okay, kung if you live nearby the shore, for instance, no, meron ba mga mangroves, di ba? So pag-aaralan nyo rin yun, ano ba yung mangroves? Para saan yun? No? Bakit mahalaga? For instance, yung nangyari doon sa Manila Bay, di ba? Naglagay sila doon ng mga not really artificial, but hindi kasi endemic doon yung yung white sand, no? Naglagay sila ng white sand doon. So what do you think is the implication implication of what do you think is the repercussion of that? For instance, di ba? Hindi natural yung process. Kaya ngayon, nagkakaroon ng erosion. Erosion of this material. Right? If the purpose is just to beautify it, why not plant mangroves na lang? Di ba? Napaka-helpful ng mga bakawan or mangroves. Sa calamity, natural calamities, sa livelihood ng mga tao, sa ecosystem, no? Ecosystem. So those things. So marami tayong ano dito, pag-uusapan. So I just want you to become more creative and imaginative. Actually, yung previous class ko dito, I asked them to do their own journal. And this is an example of it. Kikita nyo. So I asked them to make their own notebook at magiging journal nila ito. And then I asked them to decorate it with indigenous materials like this. I even taught them how to make yung mga pages, mga sheets dito. Kasi tinatahi ito eh. Yung notebook. From supposed to be mga recycled materials, mga likod ng calendar, mga ganoon. Yung mga ano na, pwede pang pakinabangan somehow. Pero, we cannot do this anymore, no? Kasi you will not need this. Para yung mga electronic projects, no? Yung may ipapasa ko sa inyo. Okay, that's it. So you're all 30, no? Di ba? 30 kayo ngayon. I suppose this is the final number for the class. Okay? So that's it, no? Kasi meron pa kami gagawin. Meron pa kayong concern? Hopefully within the week matapos ko yung syllabus, and we can start officially next week, no, sa aking klase. Kahit na yung LRPA hindi pa siya ganun ka I will try also kasi hindi lang naman ito yung mga rin namin dito ginagawa. Okay? This is the first time kasi na I teach this subject using, well, yung online na online mode. Okay? Ayan. So, kung wala na kayo, I have to dismiss the class now. Do you have any other concern or problem? Pakisulat na lang sa chat box. Okay, sige. So, kung wala na, that would be all. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye. Bye po, sir.
Thank you, sir.